Previously. Just some pals. Surely it can't be that bad, right? I was doing no damage to these guys and they started throwing fireballs at my house. But afterwards my pals finally took care of them. It was too late and my entire house burned down. With nothing left behind. All my hours, all my hard work, all my grind. I lost everything. And I could barely contain my urge to rage quit. So in today's episode, I will be rebuilding my base after I lost everything. First, I started scouting for some good base locations. In my first experience, I know that my base needs to be in a good location, safe from raids and a lot of iron ore. So I found this huge beautiful mountain with lots of waterfalls, and it had lots of iron, and it was high in the sky, so I didn't have to worry about the raids. And so, I decided to move there. After I built my pal box, it was time to move everything. And this took so long. I was moving stuff day and night. And since my character was so weak and wimpy, he could barely carry a couple of rocks. But after 2 days and 2 full nights, I was finally done with the moving. I learned my lesson this time. I wasn't going to build anything out of wood, even if this base was raid-proof. I put all my pals to work and I built all the basic things. While building, I was raided, and it was the perfect time to test out this base's defenses. Look at these idiots. They're all the way down at the bottom. How do you plan to get up now? They're just stuck in the walls. And with that, I knew this base was safe from raids, and from now on, after I built the crossbow, I went out to explore. I went to the desert as there was a very good mining pal there. I wanted to get my hands on him so he can start mining iron for me. I found him, it was a turtle. He was a lot higher level than me, so I kept my distance and used my new crossbow. After a while, I managed to capture him. While coming back home, I found these cute little fluffy things. I tried capturing them, but they were very strong, and they helped me get back home by teleporting me there. I went back home and I put my turtles to work. And I built a wall around my base, as my paws kept falling down and getting stuck in the water. After that, I went exploring to get some night pals. I found a tombat and I caught him. Turns out he was very rare and he was very useful for my base. Then I found a boss gumos and I captured him very easily with my skillful flying. Then I found a boss sweeper. He was very weak on his own, but after he sent his entire army after me, he managed to defeat me. But then I went back in and I killed his buddies. I also learned to use pals that are stronger against certain elements. So this time, I managed to capture him very easily. After that, I went back home and built some new farms, since my pals were starving. And then, I went to the desert to get more turtles. Then I found these Toko guys. And I tried capturing them, but I didn't know they had bombs. So, I found out the hard way and I was blown up. Then, I went back to capturing many turtles, until I ran out of balls and I died. Getting my stuff back was no easy task at the desert, since this was in the middle of the ocean and there were no teleporters to it, and the scorching sun was killing me, but I managed to do it. After that, I went out night hunting, and I caught another tombat, and then in the morning, I built a ranch, so I caught some Vixies, as they make infinite Pokeballs for you. When I tried putting them down in the ranch, they were bugged, so I had to rebuild the ranch higher. I'm guessing because the autopath got bugged out. Then I built my house since I can't put pals in this area. Look at that, the Vixies are finally making me Pokeballs. I can capture as many pals as I want now. Then I made a mega shield, a musket and some armor, and went out exploring. I found a Tug's hideout and they had a very nice pal in there, so I rescued him. And Arstox, you're going to do a very good job as my furnace. Then I captured another tombat and my 10th hookrat. After that, I fought a king paka. I took out his buddies first this time since I learned my lesson. But he still killed me anyways because I suck. I got my stuff back and I went back for round 2. The fight was very long and tedious. My new musket was doing no damage to him. and I couldn't capture him no matter how many balls I threw at him, so I had to finish him off. Then I fought an Azurope. She was much weaker than the King P.A.K.K.A, but fighting her on the water was quite difficult. She was no match for me, but I forgot to capture her. I could have gotten myself a very good corpse waterer. While coming back home, I rescued this weird plant-looking thingy, a Brisla. I also found these cute demon-looking guys, and I knew I just had to get them. And then I put them to work instantly. Look at this guy. Isn't he so cute? Then I found this guy again. He bullied me pretty hard on the first episode, but now it was time to get some revenge. Welcome to the crew, buddy. Then I captured my 10th Vixie and I went into that dungeon. I also fought a Banking. It was very easy battle and I made him fight his own count. A little penguin beat him up. It was pretty fun. After capturing him, I went and fought a dragon. This guy was very cool and I knew I wanted to capture him. The battle was very long, but I just hid behind pillars and I let my pals do all the work until I finally got my dragon. Then I fought a Cateress, and my new dragon destroyed her. He almost completely soloed her. Capturing her was child's play. I kept fighting bosses, and since I was winning, I thought I should keep fighting harder and harder bosses. But this time, even with my new dragon, I was doing no damage to her. I was defeated very easily. Then, while I was exploring, I saw this cool looking island, and I decided to go explore it. I found some golden deers, and the enemies there were basically like all the bosses I fought earlier. So I guess they wanted to make farming them much easier rather than waiting an hour each. But they were way too strong for me, and I was defeated very fast. I went for my rematch against the Petalia, and I used the Cateress. She was doing very good damage to her, and I kept switching between her and my dragon. And after getting her low and so many tries, I finally managed to capture her. Then I went into my base, and it was in chaos. All my pals were sick and all their sanity was crumbling, and I knew I had to do something about it. And so I built there some fluffy beds. While doing that, I got raided by some fangirls. What? What even is that? Why do you look like that? This game keeps getting crazier and crazier. Afterwards, I went to do what my father couldn't do, getting some milk and coming back. Afterwards, I built a new base, and I wanted to add a ton of cows and bees there, so I can make cake. I'm gonna explain why later. Afterwards, I tried capturing some bees, but they were very hard to capture since they explode. So remember when I said I was making cakes? It's because I was making a breeding farm, and pals need cakes to make babies. Don't ask me why or how, I don't know either. And the cakes take forever to make. After that, it was finally done and it was time to breed my new pal. I just needed to get one guy for it. So I went into a dungeon and it was a Bushi, a cool samurai looking guy. He managed to kill me the first time, but the next time I finally captured him. What is that attack? Whoa, that was so delayed. Is this Elden Ring or what? You won't catch me lacking twice though. Look at those reflexes. After that, I managed to capture him and it was time to breed my new pal. So listen up kids, it's time for some sex ed. If you put down cake, with a male Banking and a female Bushi, they give you an egg. And from that egg, you will get an Anubis. Now this guy is amazing. He has level 4 handling, which means he is the fastest crafter in the game. Look at that speed, this guy is a ninja. He can even mine for you. Bro, this guy, he does it all. After that, I got 4 more of him and my base started looking very good. And these guys, they were doing all the work. And with that, I decided to call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for more. Peace.